Right.
Make it, bro. It's about your
So
business.
I'm here. This is the Entrepreneur Experience. I'm here with Robert Solomon, Solomon Logistics. So, Mr. Solomon, how we doing today?
Good, man.
Good. All right. So, this is the Entrepreneur Experience, and with this platform, what we do is we promote the average Joe that started from nothing and made himself successful, him or herself. And not everybody will be able to hear your story like the big time artist or big time entrepreneur. So our platform is here to spread your word, spread your story, where you came from, how was your upbringing, and then what made you want to be successful. So that's what we do here at the Entrepreneur Experience. All right. So first things first, you want to introduce yourself and what you do.
My name is Robert Solomon, from New York, and I own a trucking company and home delivery service, and basically I do last mile delivery, LTL freight for the most part. That's why we use day cabs and not sleepers, and smooth freight.
Okay. So, where you from?
From Harlem, from the east side.
All right. And how was your upbringing in Harlem? Like, from childhood.
I didn't have a horrible childhood. You know what I'm saying? I grew up in a two-parent home. My mom's pops both work, so I basically grew brought up to have a job, to get a good pension, good job, city job, the regular, what parents want for their kids, and that's where we went, basically, until I decided to go other ways.
Okay. How was school for you, back in those days?
School wasn't bad. It was good. It was good until I went to high school.
Yeah.
It was good until I went to high school, and only reason why high school kind of got messed up is because I moved to Delaware, and when I got to Delaware, I went to Delaware to go play football. That's what I wanted to do. I wanted to play football for high school, and that was an opportunity. I went to Delaware to go play, and it got messed up with some dudes that didn't like me, and we ended up getting into a big brawl, and then I ended up getting kicked out of school. Yeah, it was crazy for no reason, man. He was starting with me. I didn't want it, and it just happened, and the whole situation happened. They ended up kicking me out of school, putting me into like a alternative school. I had to do school on computers and stuff. Wow. It just it didn't help nothing for me. You know what I'm saying? So I ended up going back to New York and getting my GED.
Okay. Man, that's some shit. That's what haters do.
Yeah.
Were you any good at football?
Yeah, I love it. I was good.
So, once you came back to New York, did you just say, you know what, I'm gonna just get a job? Like, what did you end up doing?
Well, I got my GED, and then I started working at Pepsi. So my father was at Pepsi. He brought me in and got me into the union, working there.
Oh, nice.
And I worked there for 5 years. And then I ended up getting fired for fucking I got fired for using the cell phone on the job.
Now, while you were driving?
Nah, actually I was actually a loader. So I was on the high low, and we have these machines that wrap the pallet. So I'm sitting at the machine while the machine is wrapping the pallet, and I glanced at my phone, and the warehouse manager seen me, brought me in the office, arbitration, the whole 9 yards, and got me fired for that.
With my background and knowing a little bit about stuff like that, that was kind of room for termination.
100%.
Because I
I'm not
understand what a high-low is, so that's
but I'm not
dangerous.
Listen,
So,
I'm not contesting it. It is what it is. It happened. Whatever. It is.
No, I get that.
I shouldn't have been on the phone.
That is true. So, would you say? All right. So, what did you do after that?
I went to go work for this company in Hunts Point called Borax, forklift work. Okay. And that's kind of how I got introduced into the trucking company, because it was like a few dudes from different trucking companies, brothers as well, you know what I'm saying, that was like, yo, you need to get your license. it's good, it's good money, you make good money, and so it started dawning on me, and I thought about it. It made sense, and then from there, I ended up going to Missouri to a trucking company called Prime, and I got my license through them, and I worked with them for like about 6 months, and then I came back and started with a company called Truck Right in Brooklyn. And
so you went away, got yourself situated with the license, and then you came back and started doing your thing.
Yeah.
So basically, trucking wasn't even in your destiny that you was even thinking about.
Nah. Actually, I wanted to be a mechanic. I wanted to be an auto mechanic.
Well, that's kind of it plays a role now for what you do.
Yeah, it does, because I'm able to like take care of certain things on my vehicles that I would have to pay somebody hundreds of dollars to do.
Oh, that's good. That's a good trade to have. So, that's good.
Yeah, like I still love it. I still would like to pursue it.
Now,
right now.
Or do you like to drive? Because a lot of people don't like to drive. So being that this wasn't in your lane, how did that play a role?
It played a good role. I love to drive. So I like to drive.
Oh, okay.
And I like this job, man, because it's challenging. When you get to some places you get to, and the person might be like, yo, you can't back into that door, and then you just boop, boop, and truck in there, and you're like, what? So, it's a challenging job, and then you get to meet with people every day. I get to network with other people, and it's not bad.
That's good. So, getting back to, I guess, your personal life, you got sidetracked with that. What made you want to become an entrepreneur? Like, personally?
When I was at Truck Right, I went to my boss. I was there for like 3 years. I went to my boss. I'm like, yo, he had a small trucking company. He's pretty cool. I figured, and I asked him for a raise, and he said, yo, I'm already paying you what you work.
Wow.
Yeah, and it hit me. It's like, what? And he repeated it.
Yeah.
Like he was serious.
Yeah.
And I turned around, walked out his office, and that was it. I quit.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? And then my father gave me a $20,000 loan, and I turned that into what I got now. You know what I'm saying? That was it. I got my first truck. I started working in Jersey in the ports, driving up to like Connecticut, Pennsylvania, Massachusetts, and then I got hooked with some other guys that liked my work, and been up since then.
How's the family like? You got wife, kids, anybody?
Yeah, I got a wife and 3 daughters.
So that's where I want to assume that's where a lot of your drive coming from now to keep going and getting these contracts, more trucks and stuff like that.
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, at the end of the day, I don't want them to have to go through that. When it's time for them, I mean, obviously they're gonna branch off into whatever they want to do in life, but
like yourself.
Exactly. But I would also like to be able to be like, all right, look, listen, I want to be a role model. I don't want to be the father that's just clocking in and clocking out, complaining here, complaining. Nah, my daughters know that I own a business. They know that I got people that work for me, and shit, they even get personal with my employees as well. You know what I'm saying? They know my drivers by names. So it's like, they see that this is regular to have a business, not a job. You know what I'm saying? Which is nothing wrong with having a job. Like, don't knock me. I'm never going to, there's nothing wrong with having a job. But they see this. They see, all right, he works hard every day for his business. He leaves out morning, comes home night, and he works hard for his business, And it gives me the availability to do things for my kids and my family. Get up and go whenever I want.
Schedule and to do what you want based on yourself.
Exactly.
You don't have to talk into a boss and say, hey, can I get vacation time? Can I get this day off? Or emergency call? And I get that.
Exactly.
No, that's good. So, well, you kind of went into it. How many hours a day do you work?
Right now, it's only about like good actual work, like probably like 6, 7 hours.
No, that's good because I talk to a lot of other entrepreneurs, and I've gotten that they would rather work 16 hours, 24 hours for themselves versus working 8 hours for someone else.
100%. I mean, listen, I got days where I get in the truck and I'm out there from 8 in the morning to 8 at night. But then I got days where I don't leave out till like 10 or 11 and I'm done by 2 you know? So it's not, you know, my schedule, it varies differently. But I also have a home delivery service that sometimes brings me into late at night when people call out, they don't come in, I jump in, and I work with those guys and whatnot. But other than that, I would always rather work 16, 20 hours. I work 24 hours a day for myself, you know?
So, for people who aren't familiar with the trucking industry, how is it owning your own trucking company?
It's great.
Like, how's the mechanics of the vehicles? How's the getting of the contracts? Talking to different people, trying to get into the business. You know, generally.
There's different aspects of trucking, which is the good part about it. There's so many different avenues you can go. You got box trucks, you got tractors, you got non-DOT truck that somebody with a regular license can get on and make money. You know what I'm saying? So there's different aspects of it. You know, me right now, I do contracting work for an LTL company. So I don't have to go fish for work or nothing like that. I got work every single day. As long as me and my drivers is there, we got work. But there's also people who work the local, which works wonders. You know, you do whatever you want to do, go wherever you want to go. You pick your load.
State to state.
Yeah. So you go on the load board, you pick a load, and then you do your math. Is it worth me going there? Like, let's say you're in New York, you got a load picking up in Jersey. Boom, you're going to California, let's say. That's probably a 2-day trip for a single driver. Then you get another load going from California coming back this way. That driver might make almost $16,000 on a trip like that. You know, so it's
what you prefer and what you feel is worth.
Yeah. To me, I like this. I like to have my equipment close to me. I like to be able to monitor my guy. I like to be able to be around, you know, so this works for me, and the money's good, it's consistent. It's not much, you know, overlooking I gotta do, you know?
So once you got into the business, I know it wasn't easy. Did you ever have doubts in yourself?
Absolutely. Because things happen, like you said, with the mechanics and stuff. Yo, I first started, my truck was breaking down. Things happening. You know what I'm saying? And I gotta wait till I get that next check to get this shit running. You know what I'm saying? Because like I said, my father gave me $20,000. That was it. You know what I'm saying? I had to buy my truck, start the business, do everything. You know what I'm saying? So it was rough. It was rough. But at the end of the day, I still kept going with it. You know what I'm saying? I figured it out. I found cheaper ways to fix the truck, not good and cheaper, but finding cheaper ways of getting it done. You know what I'm saying? And getting it done and keeping it moving, and I made it. You know what I'm saying? I made it through. I bought 3 more trucks since that first year.
Because that's one of the number one things that hold entrepreneurs back when they first start is the constant no's, the non-support, the discouragement that they see when they might see someone else doing better in their field, or
that's one thing people really, I can't stand about people. They see somebody doing good, and that shit is hate.
Yeah.
That should be fucking motivation.
Yeah. But not a lot of people have that in them.
Yeah. You know? Nah, and that sucks. But you don't get nowhere like that. Yeah. You don't get nowhere like that. You see somebody doing better, you need to figure out how you gonna get to that level.
That is true.
You know what I'm saying? Like, ain't nothing wrong with not being. It's always gonna be somebody better than you. Yeah. How much money you got, somebody better than you.
Yeah. But a lot of people aren't taught that. Just like we're taught to go to school, get a good job, work for somebody, get a good pension, take care of your kids off of that job. A lot of people aren't told how to be an entrepreneur.
Yeah.
Entrepreneurs started with seeing somebody do it. It wasn't taught. So they saw someone who would look like they were making money, and then they inquired, like, yo, how did you get this, or what job do you work for? And it wasn't until that person might have said, oh, I have my own business.
Yeah.
That's when entrepreneurs start opening up their minds and say, oh, I didn't know stuff like that existed.
Yeah.
So,
There's so much information out there. You gotta just get it. Take it and apply it. You know what I'm saying? And to be real, when I started my business, at first I was all over the fucking place. I didn't know what to do, where to go, how to start. And then I wrote everything down in a book. I wrote everything down in a fucking book. Step by step. Start LLC. Figure out, well, the first thing was figuring out the company name. My first company wasn't Solomon Logistics, it was Solomon Transport. And then I changed it because my business scope changed. You know, it was a different scope of work, so I changed that up. And then everything else was step by step. Get my DOT, get my MC, get my permit, everything. You know what I'm saying? And every day I check something off. And as I checked it off, I was closer and closer to my goal until I was running my first loan.
that's what's up.
So it's all, and yo, to be successful, you gotta be organized and work at it. And just tiny steps to it. It does a lot.
Now, how would you measure success? So when you think about success or someone being successful, what is your idea?
Happiness.
That's the
See,
first thing.
I'm not in this to chase money. Everybody loves money, yeah. Money is what it is. But at the end of the day, it's freedom. I want to be happy. I don't want a fucking supervisor telling me when I can't take off for work. When I can't get paid. I don't want that. I want to be able to, if I want to make a certain amount of money, I'll make that certain amount of money. Or if I want to chill because I got money saved and chill, I can do that. My daughter be like, yo, I want to go to Disney World, let's go. You feel me? We out. I don't have to put in vacation time. We ain't got to do it in 3 months. We can do it now. And if I want to go ride my bikes or get on my jet ski or whatever, you know what I'm saying? I can do that when I want. And to me, that's happiness. Because you get one life. I'm not going to spend my whole life working. You know what I'm saying? Like, I hear a lot of entrepreneurs, work. Chill out a minute. Yeah. Enjoy your life a minute. You know what I'm saying? That's my motto. I want to be happy. I don't want to be famous or super rich. Nah, I want to be happy. I want to be able to die and be like, nah, I'm good. I did everything I wanted to do. You know what I'm saying? So it's like,
kids is happy, wife is happy,
everybody happy.
grandkids is happy.
Yeah, that to me is success, happiness. You got a lot of rich people that's not happy. Commit suicide every day. Money don't mean shit. You still gotta commit suicide. You know what I'm saying? When I was spending money, and I had the worst people around me. I had the worst people around me. You know what I'm saying? It was horrible. It's not, money ain't everything. Happiness to me is everything.
I agree. So how would you describe 5 of your closest friends?
I don't even know if I got 5 closest friends. I'm being real. Yo, I'm being real. Yo, when you on your journey to be great, and you on your business, people drop out your life. People show you their real colors. You know what I'm saying? I got friends, people that I felt like was like my best friend, that once I started telling them no, shit went different. You know what I'm saying? It went different. You know what I'm saying? 'Cause like through COVID, right? After when COVID hit, yo, I lost like 80% of my business because of COVID. You know what I'm saying? And I had to scale back. You know what I'm saying? I had to even let a lot of people go, and you know what I'm saying? I had to take some people that was making great money, and yo, right now we gotta, you know what I'm saying? It's not going the way it was. But we killed it. It's cool, but we gonna give back. But those same people ain't there for the give back. You know what I'm saying? And now that I'm back, I'm good. You know what I'm saying? And now I got a whole nother idea for something else that I'm moving on to, and I'm doing that. You know what I'm saying? But to be real, it's hard to have close friends when you work
On your way to the top.
Yeah, you know what I'm saying? Because you gotta sacrifice things. You gotta say no. You can't be at everybody's baby shower. You know what I'm saying? When you get money and people want you to come, they expect you to buy the best shit for their baby shower. You know what I'm saying? I had somebody tell me they wanted me to buy them a stove. But what? You getting Pampers?
Yeah.
You're not getting that. I don't care how much money it look like I'm making. No, I'm not. And then those type of people who I call my friends, they feel some sort of way because I'm not giving them that $1,200 stroller. You know, so it's like that kind of win. You know what I'm saying? But I mean, I got close friends, but when you say close friends, you mean somebody that I'm with and riding with every day? My wife. My 3 daughters.
That's the closest.
That's my 4 closest friends right there. My 3 daughters and my wife.
That's what's up.
You know what I'm saying? Like, and that's real, man, and it's crazy, but that's just what it is.
I get that.
And you a good friend of mine, you know what I'm saying? So don't feel no sort of way.
No,
like, you know what I'm saying? But it's not,
I get
you
it.
know,
I understand what you mean, like everyday type of thing. I get it.
Yeah.
No, that's good.
You know what I'm saying? And then that's just what it is, man.
Because there's a lot to become an entrepreneur. There's the mindset that you have to start with. There's the energy you have to put into yourself. And then comes everything else behind it. With becoming successful and then having everyone else on your back.
Yeah.
Not becoming successful and then having that downside to yourself, the doubts, the am I going to keep going, or you know, whatever the energy is that you have to put into yourself is where a lot of people lack. So what we're doing is we want to put this message out to the people that are going through the same thing or may have a similar story, and let them know you just got to keep pushing forward and you can get out of whatever funk you're in. So that's what we're doing here at the Entrepreneur Experience.
You just got to keep going, man. Believe in yourself and stay organized and take little steps. Even if a step is just getting information to get where you want to be.
I think that's what a lot of people, sorry not to cut you off, a lot of people stop at that point because they're looking for instant results. Not even the instant result.
That don't happen. That don't happen. It happens. It's like the lottery. You get instant success.
Yeah.
But nah, you gotta work. Every good business works from somewhere. You know what I'm saying? They started from the bottom.
People didn't understand that because they only see the glamorous things behind working for yourself.
Yeah.
They don't see the long hours, the research, the money that's being put out to invest in yourself.
Yeah.
They don't see all that. They only see the results of being consistent with that part.
Yeah.
So now once they actually say, you know what, I do want to be an entrepreneur, and they got to read, they got to get in contact with the state or this lawyer, that lawyer, these clients, when they see all those hours, at the end of the day, they're like, I could have kept working for this.
Yeah.
You know?
Yeah.
So.
But that's not the biggest picture. Not the bigger picture.
Yeah. That's
So
where we got to
put in
spread.
those, when you put in work for somebody else, you're just making them richer.
Yeah.
At the end of the day, you know what I'm saying? I respect and I want people to do better. One of my best drivers I got, I've been pushing him to get his own stuff. And it's gonna hurt me at the end of the day, but he deserves more. You know what I'm saying? He's a good person. He's hardworking and he could do a lot more for himself.
So instead of doing what your boss did to you back in the days,
I do the opposite.
You would rather tell him,
listen,
look,
bro,
you're worth
great.
more. I can put you on a path to where you can earn yourself more.
Exactly. You know,
instead of just downsizing them, like, look, I'm paying you what you're worth. Stay here with me.
Exactly.
And that's
exactly. I'm not gonna do that, man. You know what I'm saying? Work. Do your thing. I was, you know, that's what I'm about, man. I love seeing people win. That makes me happy, yo, to see people win, because then, you know what I'm saying, you got more people to celebrate with. The more people you got in your circle that's winning, the more people you got to celebrate with.
That's true.
And the less people you got to pay for in the club.
No, I get
but
that.
real talk, you know what I'm saying? Like, that's just what it is.
Yeah.
I love to see people win, man. I love it. I love that.
That's good. I know you're at work right now, so I'm not going to hold up too much of your time. So once again, this is the Entrepreneur Experience. I'm with Robert Solomon from Solomon Logistics. Any drivers or anybody want to be employed, need information, or whatever have you, if you're even in the trucking industry and you want to be able to connect with Rob, I'm going to tag him on my Instagram so that way you can get in contact with him directly. And we out. Thank you, sir.